live on the internet, live on TV. So we got a new golden retriever puppy. Usually we rescue golden retrievers. But our dog Shelby died about 6 months ago. So we're like, all right, well, we want another golden. Well, goldens, a lot of people are producing goldendoodles. That's like the big hot thing right now. We couldn't get it's a golden retriever and a poodle. And we could not get a good, like we wanted a female, young female, maybe a couple years old, and they were hard to come by. So for the first time, probably ever in my life, we got a new puppy.
I could tell you this about golden retrievers.
And this puppy's eating everything.
I'm a champion. I am a champion dog trainer. I trained at Golden Retriever Show, won the championship, and I was awarded champion dog trainer. So that's how much I know about golden retrievers.
Really? Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I was looking for the picture with me and the big trophy the other day. But I want to ask our guests. We have a guest here, an expert. Are all retrievers the same, golden retriever, labs, or are they all different?
They're all different personality-wise. Goldens are a little more mellow. My lab, for instance, he's 3. Actually, he's not even 3 yet, but he is over the moon excited with everything. Goldens tend to be, which is good
over
and
the moon
bad.
excited. I love it.
What about this kabooble or whatever she's talking about? Have you ever heard of that?
Was it a golden doodle?
It's Goldendoodle, not a kabooble.
Oh, I never heard of this.
I think they're called Goldendoodle.
Yeah.
And it's golden retriever and poodles. They're really, really hot right now. A lot of people are breeding and mixing and
there's a lot of different things that are going on. Goldendoodles are one of them. Labradoodles, which obviously is probably a Labrador and a
Labradoodle
poodle.
too.
So,
yeah.
Bastardizing of the breed.
Yeah, some of it not so good for hunting, but we do what we can.
Golden retrievers and labs are great for hunting, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're
and retrieving.
And retrieving.
So maybe that's where
they retrieve things. Oh my God, my golden retriever used to jump into ponds and lakes, ducks. When she saw ducks. And we did not train her to be a hunter, but I think it's in their making.
Yeah, it's in there.
She wanted those ducks.
Let me ask you this. So you got a retriever, a pup, and you're a hunter. Do you just go shoot over their head so they get used to it, or is there some training that you should do?
There's actually, that's not what we recommend at all. There's definitely some training. It's funny, I was just talking to somebody about this with somebody earlier today. It's very easy to scare your dog and make them permanently afraid of loud noises.
They do it first time out, huh?
Yeah, and so I've had a lot of friends who, no fault of their own, it's kind of just happened. But yeah, there's definitely a sequence. There's kind of a process. I usually like to space it out over at least a month to kind of just to be sure, because it's much easier to prevent a problem by just being a little more cautious, thinking it through. And especially with loud noises and gunfire, you really can't undo the damage all the way. You can get it to a workable level where you can be careful and the dog is okay, but it'll never be the same because it's just so traumatizing. And especially around Fresno with 4th of July celebrations.
Yeah. Oh, the fireworks.
That's the thing. And I have seen
keep your dogs inside.
Yeah, if your dog's afraid of loud noises or other things like that, keep them inside, play some music to kind of, shut the door, play some music that's just ambient sound to drown that sound out, drown out the sound of the fireworks.
We'll have to talk to you again before the 4th of July, because a lot of people with new dogs, everybody knows, for instance, you kind of forget about these things. I live near Clovis High, so they use the stadium for every stinking graduation.
Yep.
And my Shelby,
the cannon,
fireworks, right? The cannon too, but right at the end of the graduation are fireworks. And like I said, a lot of schools will use La Monica Stadium. So long story short, this is when my golden was alive a couple years ago. She was outside. We went to my friend's graduation, and someone finally brought her back, but she took off.
Yeah.
You don't think of these things during graduations and other things, you know?
And I have to remind myself every year, just because I'm a dog trainer doesn't mean I'm perfect,
Yeah.
My dog, luckily, he's okay with all that stuff. And
do you have a golden?
I actually have a black lab. So,
cool, but very similar.
Very similar, and but I think 4th of July, especially in Fresno, is the hottest time of the year for dogs to go missing. Dogs are pretty strong, even the smaller ones. They can take off. They can hop fences. They can jump through or break through fences. And
I think she broke through her gate, which was nearly impossible. But yeah, we should definitely have you on more closer to the 4th of July. But I want to ask you a question. The pooping in the crate, It might be a medical thing. I'm going to take her to the vet.
Yeah, it could be, with...
She might have eaten something weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. I wouldn't rule it out. Also, I was kind of thinking about this before the show. I like to break things down, especially with young puppies, I mean, it could be medical, I wouldn't rule that out, but it also could be, I usually like to do the potty training ahead of time rather than, before the crate training so that they learn, they learn, okay, going outside is okay, is preferred. Inside, they just learn that outside is better, and then
that's
they
what
learn
we've been doing. She's been going poop and peeing and all that stuff outside. It's a recent thing. We've had her for like 3 months now. Yeah,
it could be medical. Could be, could be a little bit more, something more serious behavioral wise.
How long is a dog in the crate?
Yeah, it could be that too.
8 hours or 10 hours?
No, we let her out in the morning at least twice. Then we check up on her at lunch. Then we let her out like around 5. I mean, she's not in there for
could be
long
nerves
time.
Too. Nerves does that a lot. When my dog, the place he hates the most is the vet. And every time he goes there, we're working on it. But, he gets so nervous and he gets so stressed out because he knows what's about to happen.
He poops?
He just, he just gets so excited and he's shaking. I mean, he's just so, but yeah. And so he goes to the bathroom and because he's just so nervous. So it could be nerves.
Well, what kind of things do you guys train dogs for?
So I train dogs primarily for hunting. So we do retrieving, we do getting them used to water, obviously getting them used to gunfire and loud noises. Kind of loud noises included with that. And then primarily right now we're doing upland birds training. So, doves, pheasants, quail, things like that.
Do people take their dog to you and drop them off, or is it training the dog and owner at the same time?
Yeah, training the dog and the owner at the same time for now. Later on, I'll expand to, sort of board and trains and training from home, long distance kind of things. But yeah, for now it's, I come to them and then, but for the more complicated stuff, we go to my field location in Fresno. So
are some dogs natural? Like they see the shot and the bird goes down, they get it and bring it back and know how to do it, or do they all need to be trained?
Well, some of them have the instinct. What we primarily do is kind of refine it, because there's a lot of things you don't want your dog to do. You don't want your dog to chew up your bird on the way back to you. And, it's just a lot of finessing. Most dogs have that instinct, though. We just kind of fine-tune it.
When is dove in season? Pheasant and dove in season. Isn't it fall? Late summer?
Yeah. September 1st.
September 1st. See, Johnny knows.
Well, he's a comedian. Comedians have to know a lot.
They gotta know.
They have to know about shooting down those birds. Yep. Anyway, well, give us your website and your phone number before we let you go, and you've been awesome.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, my website is www.reliableretrievers.com, and my phone number is 559-287-3375.
287-3375. And tell us the website again.
ReliableRetrievers.com.
ReliableRetrievers.com. I'm definitely going to be giving you a call.
Before dove season.
Well, maybe not that, but
my puppy's been biting. Train to fetch
well, if that puppy could bite us, I'm sure he could bite a bird.